basically what I've done is I've gotten rid of the need to add these lists. I still use the name list, but I've found out a way to basically just look in this folder and make lists and generate the path and everything in a neater way that doesn't require you to type all that stuff out. So that's what I'll do. I also I cleaned this up a little bit. I do all the image stuff in a different folder, or a different file, sorry. It looks, I mean, it's not like a huge improvement, but I do see here how I had to like specifically handle this one off case. Well, I'm gonna make a function that will basically check it. It'll do this bit, and if it, if it's not RGBA, it'll convert it to RGBA and then return it. But it also gets rid of the image.open. And since I have the image, since I have pillow in another folder, I got rid of this as well. And I just called it stack. I also added the addition onto the class, the NFT class. And we're going to alter the NFT class because I also set up a method to verify uniqueness. And it was difficult because I couldn't just look into the array and say, hey, is this already in there? It would never find it, so I had to add a new method that I have not used before called EQ. And here you can see my failed attempt at trying to count. We'll get rid of that. Actually, no, we'll leave it. This is where I'll start coding. First, to add the new addition, we'll start out at one addition. And what we need to do is bring in iter tools. And we're going to import count. And then you could, if you wanted to auto number them, you could do that. And I feel like I probably could just do the auto number, but I wanted a method, new addition. Let's call this add addition. And what we'll do here is we'll say, actually we gotta bring in up here. We'll say new addition. New addition equals count. And then when we add an addition, it'll be self.addition equals next. Yeah, self.new addition. So this, basically what I decided to do, although now that I'm thinking about it, I could have just numbered them. Actually, no. So if I have this self.addition, you could, if you want, just put this, copy, paste, boom, right here. And then you wouldn't need this at all. And that looks nice and tidy. But I like having it separate because in validating the uniqueness, since we're using random, it does happen that sometimes you create randomly an assortment of traits that already exist. And if you have count right here, then the number will increase, even though I'm going to design the function so that if it sees something that's the same, it'll basically call itself again and redo it. that's the case, then you'll be skipping numbers. So now that I think about it, I like my add addition function down here. After I check to make sure that all of the NFTs are unique, I will run the add addition function through the array, and that'll just increment so that they'll all have their addition number in the order they were created, or in the order that they sit in the array. So yeah, I like this add addition method. The next method that we're going to need to add to our class is EQ. It's a magic method, a Dunter method, if you will. Actually, I like that it's typed like that, kinda, but I also don't. There we go. So this magic method, okay, yeah, it already. I'm gonna turn Copilot off because I want this video to be longer. And it's probably I have two versions of this project. One that's a head, which I'm referencing currently on another screen, and this one that I'm building out for ASMR videos, and also like redoing it and talking through it helps me understand it. So yeah. Anyway, this Dunter EQ method will allow you to compare two classes. Okay, so here's a kind of a simple demonstration of what this EQ class or method does. So right now we have a class called thing. It has a head and a hand and an extra. This EQ class is only comparing it's only looking to see if the head and the hand are matching. If the extra is different, that's okay. So here you define what needs to match in order to basically say this is the same thing. So let's see. So here, actually, let me get rid of this bit for just right now because that's a little confusing. If you've never come across this before, and we'll just do extra equals none. There we go. Okay, so I think, yeah, no errors. So if we were to compare print thing 1 equals thing 2, right now they have the same values, right? Hi there, hi there. So thing 1 and thing 2 are basically the same thing. They just have a different name. So if we run this, oh, what? Oh, right, okay. I still have this turned on. Well, now you see what happens when the function is on. If we turn it off, or the method, sorry. With it off, even though these have the same values, they're not equal. Thing 1 and thing 2 are not equal. So the whole thing that I was trying to do is basically I would fill up an array with things. So we'll have an array, we'll just call it L, right? And we'll put thing 1 in there. And we want to check every time we make a new thing if thing 1 is in, if that thing that we're making is already in there. So we'll say, we'll just do a print statement. Print. And we'll just do if thing 2 in L. the same thing and then check the array without this EQ method comparing them, it's not going to work. So if you add this EQ method, the magic method, and then you specify what part you're wanting to check, then you run it. Now it sees it. It's in there. So that's why I added this method. And then you can also, like, if we added an extra one, right? This is different. So we'll just say like, it doesn't matter what the word is. Just use new. So now these are different, but I'm still only comparing the head and the hand, so they'll still match. So if there's something like me, I didn't want to compare the names, so I didn't put those in there. So yeah, so that's a demonstration of what this EQ method does. There is one thing. This somehow messes up a dictionary. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not storing mine in a dictionary at the moment, but I believe this EQ method will mess that up. So I think, let me see, just say like new equals empty dictionary, and then I think we can just say like, I always have trouble with dictionaries. New thing. Is that? Yeah. So this is the error you'll get. Type error, unhashable type thing. I think I did that correctly. But yeah, so that's something you gotta look out for. If you're doing this and your method or your way of saving stuff, it utilizes a dictionary, and you do this EQ method, then you'll have problems. Yeah, so that's a bit of a roundabout, but it's fine. This is an ASMR video. It's supposed to take forever. So if self dot background equals other dot background, and so this is basically what you want to do. You're comparing the self to the other. Whenever you compare them, your class is just gonna automatically know to just like use this method, like magic. So if self.background is equal to other.background, and other is just the object you're comparing it to, and self.eyes is equal to other.eyes, and self dot head is equal to other dot head, and self dot mouth, I think that's the last one we got, is equal to other dot mouth. Let's see. I think that's it. Return true. It's capitalized. Okay. You could probably just do like return and get rid of the elf, the if. There you go. sure that'll work, but we'll see. Self.background is equal to other.background, and eyes equal eyes. Head equals to head, mouth equals mouth. Cool. So we've decked out our class now. We can move up the addition using count. I like the way that looks. So I think the next thing we're gonna want to do, I'm gonna add a file called image functions. .py. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna clean up our image generator. Now we have a way to move the addition up. So we'll get rid of the addition there. I want to get rid of this bit, but let's see. So I'm going to copy this, and we're going to go to image functions.py. I have two functions in here. I just wanted to like clean stuff up a little bit, so we'll bring pillow in here. So from pill, import image with a capital I. So we'll say def cleaned, and we're going to feed it an attribute file. So we'll use that as our parameter. So let's see, we'll say pick, we'll call it pick, equals image.open, and we're going to open the attribute file that we passed in. So now we have an image object. All we want to do is we just want to check if pick dot mode does not equal RGBA. All caps RGBA. Then we'll convert it. So pick equals pick.convert. RGBA. And then we'll return pick. So, pretty simple function. It just checks if the image file is already RGBA. If it is, it just returns the file. If it's not, it converts it and then returns it. And that way we can check all of our images here. I'd like to see if I can come up with a way to shorten this as well, so I don't have to say like back, head, eyes, mouth, and then like do the different stages. But I haven't done that as of yet. So we'll bring in cleaned. So we'll import that here from image functions. Eventually I'll move like the different files into directories that are like related and whatnot, but for right now they're just all in the main directory, just for easiness at the moment. Image functions, import these at the same time, and we'll do cleaned, and we can get rid of this because that's now tucked away in our little function. So that'll clean that up. And since I brought pillows in over here, I wanted to go ahead and just clean this up as well with a more descriptive, or with just like, you know, plain English, I guess. So, image functions. This one's also very simple. I just call it stack images. Stack images. And it takes in a bottom and a top. And it's return image dot alpha composite bottom top. That's all it does. I probably didn't need to move that into its own thing, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I spend too much time getting things tidy. But I do wonder sometimes if I separate those things out, if it like adds unnecessary time. I haven't really looked into it just yet, but I like it to look tidy and readable. So we'll do the same thing. Get rid of all this at the same time. And what do we call it? Stack images. Yeah. There we go. Wow, I just did like I had to turn that off because I feel like this automatically imported something. And sometimes it tries to do that, but it's not helpful. It tries to bring in things I don't even need. Okay, so we've tidied up our make images function. It looks pretty nice and tidy. Like I said, I want to see if I can do this and just make this like a for loop instead of having to say, like, specify each one, but I haven't done that just yet. So that, let's see, let me double check, but I believe that takes care. Yeah. That's everything that I've done. Okay. On that file. Let's see. So I want to get rid of this big nasty list because if you wanted to reuse this project to do like a different NFT, I want to make this more. I want to make it so you don't have to do a lot of this work every time you want to make an NFT. So I'm going to get rid of this. It's scary. No, I'm going to leave it right now. I'm going to leave it for now. Actually, before, let's see, make images. I want to make sure that we can still make images. I'm going to make one image. Let's see here. There we go. Boom. No module named image functions. Is there not? Image. No, there's not. Because I called it image functions. There we go. Let's see if we can make a picture. Import. Oh. Editor tools. There's an NFT there. I dropped my from. See, this is why I wanted to run it before I started going making more changes. I want to make sure everything works. Name edition is not defined. Where's that coming? Oh, right there. Okay. So now we have see if it works. If we get another error. Okay. And we got an image. So, we're still making images. Nice to see you, Jim. Alright. We'll get rid of Jim. We still have our results folder here. Which I am going to pull this results folder out and put it in the main. Let's just go ahead. Actually, it looks like it is in the main. Alright, I've already done that. Okay, so we have our image functions, lists. We were going to narrow down lists. So let's make a new file. I'm going to call it getPaths.py. And this is my first time venturing into like OS land for a utility that I needed. So this was really a rewarding experience for me. Like, I've used OS before, just following tutorials and stuff, but I've never like wanted to do something or find out how to do something that involved OS and lister and paths and all that stuff. So this was a new adventure for me, and it like I said, it's very rewarding, very satisfying. So let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a function. I'm gonna call it get attributes from NFT folder. Sometimes I make really long function names, but I like it. Let's see. Apparently I spelled that wrong. We'll go with the spelling suggestion. There we go. So, see, one thing I did is I have the root folder up here, NFT folder equals, and it's it's the string version. So here we have NFT project, NFT project / NFT. And this might take a little bit of trial and error to get right, but maybe not. We'll find out. So this is NFT attributes equals. We're going to use lister, os dot lister NFT folder. Cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and print that real quick, just so you can see NFT attributes. And then, let's see, I'm just gonna pull it into main. And we'll get rid of get images for now, or we'll comment it out, but from get paths. Oh, there's an underscore there. From get paths, import, man, what do we call it? Get attributes, big long name, get attributes from NFT folder, right? Get paths. Yeah. Cool. So let's do that. We'll comment out, make images for now. So I just want to see our progress here. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I'm going to call the function, and I just want you to see. Okay, so you can see here. last code, this os.lister, and we gave it NFT project, NFT, so NFT project, NFT, background, eyes, head, mouth. So that is what printed up in the console. Background, eyes, head, mouth. That's cool. So we have that stored in NFT attributes. We need to go deeper. So my idea was to basically set up a dictionary using these, right? So we'll set up a dictionary with the keys being background, eyes, head, mouth, and then what I'll do is attach an array of the folder, the files path there. But yeah, so we're going to make a dictionary using NFT attributes here. So we'll call it attribute, actually no, attribute dict. And then I did it like this, dict dot from keys, NFT attributes, and then you can give it a value you want it to initialize with. So I'll just show you what it looks like. We will print, actually let's correct, I cannot spell. There we go. So I got a spell checker on my my coding, my IDE. Okay, so we'll print attribute dict, and you'll see what it looks like. Cool, so we have a dictionary with the key of background, eyes, head, and mouth. So now what we want to do is get into each of those folders and generate a list of the files that are in the folders. So we'll do that with a for loop. There's another way to do this, os.walk, but I couldn't wrap my head around it. And I got this to work, so I'm happy with it, but you might be able to do this prettier, cleaner, using os walk or something else, but this is how I figured out how to do it, and this is all. I'm not following any tutorials or anything for making an NFT generating program. I'm doing what I can to like come up with this on my own, just as an exercise, and I'm really having a lot of fun doing this. Like, it's really a lot of fun. Yeah, I hope you guys are following along. Yeah, anyway, okay, I'll quit rambling. For attribute in NFT attributes. There we go. So we want to attach the array to the dictionary. So I guess first off, let me just show you how to get those arrays. You'll be using, or we'll be, here, what is the R's? Equals os dot lister NFT folder. Actually, yeah, here, we'll do that actually in the for loop. That's how we need to do it. Otherwise, I'll have to like type everything in. So os.lister and it needs a string, so we'll give it kind of a dynamic string. class this way. I like it. It's kind of neat. But we'll give this NFT folder. Right. So the first part of the string is this NFT/NFT, and then the next part is NFT attribute. Or attribute. Yeah. So we're cycling through the attributes in NFT attributes. So it'll give it each one of these folders. Attribute. There we go. And I'll print ours so you can see what that looks like. There we go. And we'll run it. Cool. So we've got cyan.png, dark.png, purple, red, yellow. Each one of these arrays is the files that are in this folder here. So the first one is background. Then we have eyes, comment cross gear red, comment cross gear red. Right. So we want to take this array and attach it to the key, the matching key in that dictionary. And we would do that just by doing the dictionary. Attribute dict. And then you have the key in here. The key is actually the attribute that we're on in the loop. os.lister. Cool. So now, after the for loop runs, we'll print attribute dict. And see what we have. Cool, so now we have a dictionary with a key of background and an array of background values. That's neat. So basically this little bit of code here will look in whatever folders you have in the NFT folder here, and it'll build a dictionary with arrays. So this makes it more reusable, and we can get rid of all of these hard-coded lists. They can go away because now we have a dictionary full of a key and a value, right? So we have our key, we have a dictionary with a key and a value, and we have our like base file path. So I have another function here because before what we were using was a string of the full file path. So we'll do def construct path. And it's going to take in an attribute and an image name. And it's pretty much just going to do this kind of thing here. So pretty simple. Return F, and we have our NFT folder. This is why I put the NFT folder up here, because I was going to be reusing this base bit over a couple times. So we'll have 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. We have our root, which is NFT folder. Then we have our attribute, which is the key of the dictionary. And then we have our image name. So that should return the string of the path this bit of code right here gets rid of, if you followed the first one, you would have had a folder full of hard-coded file paths. I'm going to leave the name here, but now you don't have the hard-coded file paths, and this helps make it so in the future, if you want to reuse this code, you can just drop your folders in here and not have to hard-code the paths, because we have our get paths bit here that does that for us. So, let's see here. I set up the get paths folder. Okay. So I want to make sure. Let's see here. I've got to figure out which. I've got to do this like in order. Let's see here. The generator function is going to be our. Right now it looks really simple, but it's going to be our noisiest function in the end. Because there's a lot of stuff you got to do when you generate them. I can probably clean it up more, but for right now, it's looking pretty messy. I mean, not this. This is fairly tidy, I would say. Okay, let's see here. Pick attributes. We're gonna figure out what I'm doing at the moment is trying to figure out which file I need to work on next. We've cleaned up the image functions. Our image blender is pretty good and clean. I do want to throw this in here real quick. Just outside of the for loop, we'll say print. It's a little confirmation. Your images are ready. There we go. Ready. Gosh. Okay, there we go. Print your images are ready. Get paths. We've got our paths. So we have that one. Generator's all kinds of gnarly at the moment. Config. So I think that is the next one we'll do. Yeah. Because here's where we choose our stuff, and before what we were doing is we were picking from a list that already had the file path. We didn't need any functions or anything. We just got the file path and sent that through to the image blender. So yeah, I'm gonna start up a new file. We're gonna call it config. So to me, that's what it seemed like what we're doing here, and we're gonna import random. Because this is where we're actually going to do our random choices. So we're going to take random choices out of our generator here. And we're not going to be using the lists here in the generator. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot of coding. I'm going to do a little bit, or not really a lot of coding, but I'm just going to start typing now. Let's see. So from lists, import name as name list. And then we're gonna want to, because before we were pulling just straight up paths, and now we're gonna make them So I guess we'll go ahead and get our dictionary of attributes. Attributes. I definitely didn't spell that right. Let's see here. Gosh. It doesn't, attributes is not defined. Yeah, that makes sense. Did I actually spell it right this time? I did. I think. Yeah, okay. Gotta stop doubting myself sometimes. We all gotta do that. So here's our function. And I'd like to, I feel like a lot of this just needs to be kind of hard coded. But I would like to find a way to trim this down. But I'll get it to work first. I'll set up some tests. And then I'll see if I can trim it down and make it clean and still have the tests passing. But maybe this is just as clean as it'll get. But I like to see attribute. Because this function is just going to take in one attribute. And it'll sort through. It'll do a random choice. And then it'll spit out the path. So that's what this function will do. It will also, I added the ability to add weights. So I am going to just snag that bit and bring it on over. Basically what this is these are weights. So the probability that that each item in the array in this position will be chosen. So some of these are, like the names are common, right? You got a 10, 10, 10, 2. So 2 in our names here. 1, 2. Is that right? Yeah, 1, 2, Shaky Jones. Looks like it's fairly rare. And let's see, config, yeah. So Shaky, or no, that's sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Death should be a rare name. And the rest of them, like this one should be more common. This one should be more common, and so on. So backgrounds. This one's going to be the rarest for eyes. I put rare red as 1, so you shouldn't get those very often. Head. I've got one of the heads is a 1. I think it's the yellow head. There's a slightly more rare mouth and a very common mouth. So these are different weights, and it's just you would look in here, cyan, dark, purple. The arrays are formed so that each one of these come in the same order. So the 0th index of the background, 20, is cyan. The first index is dark. The third is purple, and so on. The 4th is red, and the 5th is yellow. So you can basically say how often you want that item to be chosen. So yeah, I've seen some people say that these need to total up to 100%, but I've also seen people say that they don't, and it does seem to work if you just put like a bunch of random numbers in here. So, you know, if you just wanted to generate a bunch of random numbers of a certain length and kind of have that be your thing, then you could totally do that. But if you want to intentionally weight the probability of something being chosen, then you would do this. You would manually code it out according to each of the files have some attributes, or we'll check for the attribute that where the function is being fed. If attribute equals, first of all, name. Well, then what we want to do is we'll say choice. Oh, okay. Choice equals random choice. Random dot choices. Right, so it's random choices and not random choice. And this takes in 3 parameters. The array you're working with, which we imported name list for name. Then it takes in the weights array, so WEI weights equals name, right? See how that lit up? So our name list is what we brought in. The name is our array of weights. K is, don't quote me on this, the number of values you want to return, I believe. And then I don't understand that bit at all, really. I found an example that does weighted random, and this was on it. It works with it, doesn't work without it. Or I couldn't get it to work without it. Anyway, so this is basically what we're going to do for each one. What I can do here is copy this. Just save myself a little bit of work. We have 4 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Right now these are all the same name, but we'll control click. And let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this a little differently. So the first one, we're just choosing from an array of names. So that one looks like this, but the rest of them actually look a little different. I'm going to change this bit here. So we'll do background. And it's choice equals random choices of background, but our background is in our attributes dictionary, right? And we have to give it the key, which is background. Dang, I feel like I see a way to clean this up right now. I think for now, because I've got names in a list, I think I can, I'm gonna try this. I had it set up like this, but I just want to try this and see if it works. There we go. I think we'll just do an else here. Else. I think we can get rid of that. So else choice this collection of values a dictionary. And I think that'll allow me to clean this up a good bit. Because I'll just show you what I had originally, This was like my finished bit here. But I think I can clean it up by turning this into a dictionary. So we'll say, we'll call this weights. W-I-E-G-H-T, weights, dict, equals. We'll open it up, and we'll drop this one down here. We'll move these in, and we'll tidy them up. So we'll get rid of these. Let's see here. With the equals. Well, let me just select the equal. Nope, only the spaces. Alright, stop it. Go away. What are you doing? I think I broke it. Dang, that's, oh, okay. There we go. Some more hotkey fun right there. Okay. What is control? Control, or no? Is it shift? There we go. Alt. It was Alt. We'll get rid of the equals. And we've got this, except that one up there needs to be there. And we'll drop this. Oh. There we go. It's looking better. Nice. Oh, commas. We need some commas here. Man, these helpful hints are. Don't need one at the end. Okay. So now we have a weights dictionary. Weights dict. Full of our values. And so now we should be able to use the attribute to get the attribute from the dictionary of possible choices, and I don't know if yeah, anyway, so we'll do the same thing here. Do weights dict. Attribute. There we go. And same here. Weights dict. Attribute. There we go. If I didn't have the list of names here, I wouldn't need the first bit, and I could just do this. So yeah, I don't know if this will work, but I feel pretty confident about it. And then the last thing we need to do is construct a path, unless it's the name. So we'll say if list. Let's go to our main function. And so we know that one works. We're going to get rid of that. Let's see. What were we working on here? The generator. Okay. So, I guess for now, let's see if we can print the NFT list. If this was successful, it should print a list of like paths, pretty much, I believe. So main, so generate a list. Yeah, NFT project dot generate list. Cool. And we give it an addition, so let's just do 4. I don't know 100% if this will work. No module named NFT project. Okay, so let's just back it up. The auto import here is not great. It seems like it would be a handy tool, but okay. Non-type object is not subscriptable. Oh, that's a bummer. Non-type object is not subscriptable. Background. Attribute weights dict attribute. Line 12. No, I mean it seems like that's our config bit is not like that. Let's see here. I'm gonna no. Attribute equals name. It's this one. It doesn't like a non-typed object. I mean, that's it. Is this one? Attributes. Attribute. Name. So it's getting pick attribute for attributes. Background. OUND. I'm wondering if I spelled something the wrong way. Or what? Let's see. Name background is where it hits. Background. And let's see if I can said, this is not how I had it set up before. Attribute equals name. Else choice equals what is it's attribute k10. This non-type object thing kind of gets me sometimes. Let's print attributes. Make sure that we have that dictionary there. That's our issue. Okay, get attributes from NFT folder. Get attributes from NFT folder. Get paths. Oh. That's the problem. You see here, I'm missing something. I'm missing a return statement. That's what it is. I'll drop it right here. Return attribute dict. There we go. I think that'll fix the problem. That's weird auto import stuff going on. Okay, let's see what we have now. Okay, this is good. Cool beans. So I'm gonna get rid of those print statements. Config. Okay, so it seems as if this is functional. There we go. Alright, let's go back. Instead of 4, we'll just do 1. Just 1. Okay, so name, Karen, background. Cool. We have a dictionary with all the values here. And then the paths. The file paths look good. We've got an addition. Cool beans. Okay, so now we've added the ability to go over. We're gonna have to change our generator. We're gonna have to change our generator a bit. Let's see what we'll have to do. Let's go over what we've done. This config, or actually, so we cleaned up our image blender file. This will automatically check if the file it's being given is RGBA. If it's not, it'll convert it. And it does that in our image functions folder. Since we had imported pillow over here, I went ahead and just added a stack image function, which does the alpha composite bit, and we converted that over here. We still have our save file path, but we got rid of the addition that was in this function and added it to our NFT here. What we added to our NFT, we added inner tools and count, and a function that will allow us to increase the addition when we want to. So we want to do that after we've verified that we have unique NFTs. So let's see. Make images. Let's see if make images. Let's see if everything works. because now our generator is using our new function. So make images. Let's see if we can make an image. Let's see. Image Blender, line 12. For NFT and NFT list. NFT list, so generate list. It's saying that this is not coming up with anything from generator. Oh, right. So we took away the return statement, so let's put that back in there. Return NFT list. Okay, let's see if we can make a picture. Your images are ready. Cool. We got a Shinigami. That's probably not how you spell that. But cool, so we're making pictures. All the stuff we've done so far is fine. It increases our ability to reuse this project. Still have to do, like in the config file, I think is where you'll have to do changes if you have them. But yeah, we'll find out. I'll probably still try to find a way to narrow all this down as well. Let's see if I can get rid of this if else in here. Because then I could just, it'd be just like a couple lines. But I still want it in its own file. Alright, so right now we're able to make an NFT. We have weights, right? So we have increased the rarity of stuff, but what we haven't done is we haven't been able to verify that all NFTs are unique. And we're going to give this one our NFT list. And this one's pretty straightforward. We have a just gonna open up an empty list, and then we'll return not any let's see, NFT in scene or scene dot append NFT for NFT in NFT list. Scene expected indented block. But why? Oh, right, because we're in a function, that's why. There we go. So yeah, this will verify that there are no duplicates in the scene list. So after we create our list of NFTs, we'll run through it list is not defined. Wait, where did it say that error was? Line 23. 23, NFT list. Oh, NTF list. Okay. I think I did that once before. NTF, NFT list, and we're gonna fix that here. NFT list. NTF list. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what we get. All NFTs are unique. Alright, so let's just go ahead and we'll do 100, or no, go to main, let's do 10, and it's popping up right here. We're still getting some errors and stuff because we're not returning anything, but so if 10, with 10 they're still unique. What if we go to 100? Now we're running into problems. We have duplicate NFTs. So, here in our generator, what we'll do is a little bit of a recursive function. So, we'll say def generate unique NFT. And we'll scoot. Let's see, we'll scoot this in. This is going to be inside our function here. And at the end, what we want to do is return NFT. So this is a function inside of a function. Let's see, because we want to basically call this function again if it runs into a duplicate. So we'll do a check in here before we return. We'll say if NFT in unique NFTs, or no, what did we see? Okay, yeah, I think I changed this to unique NFT, so I want to control D this. We can change it everywhere. There we go. Unique NFTs. There we go. If if this that we just made is in this list already, well, then we want to return generate unique NFTs. So, yeah, and we'll go ahead and say print duplicate NFT found. Regenerating. Boom. So we'll print that we found a duplicate NFT, and we'll call this function again. And so this time it'll run through and it'll check if it's unique or not. If it's not, it'll call it again. Because we have this recursive function, if we don't have enough enough attributes, eventually it runs out of unique configurations, and it can get stuck in an infinite loop. So I'll have to figure out how to handle that scenario, but for now, you just want to make sure that you give it enough attributes, and if it sounds like there's a jet engine running in your room because your computer fan's going nuts, you've run out of unique possibilities, or you're getting close to running out of unique possibilities, and your stack is like overflowing. So, but I like this as a solution at the moment. So yeah, it'll make an NFT. Or actually, we need to get rid of this for loop in here. We need to move it outside. There we go. Okay, was not closed. Well, let's close it. Somehow we got a comma here. There we go. So we'll make an NFT. Generate unique, make an NFT, and then we'll check it to see if it's in this list of unique NFTs before we return it. If it is, we call this function again. If it doesn't, if it passes that check, then we get an NFT returned. This is why I didn't want to just make it, because I could have just put this self.newAddition right here and not needed this. But if I did that, each time this NFT class was called, it would count up one. And in the generator, if it runs into a non-unique NFT, it would count up one, even though it would not end up returning that NFT, because we would hit here, we would generate a new one, and so numbers would be skipped. So yeah. So now we have a function in a function, and down here actually is where we want to put our for loop. So for I in range 1, addition plus 1. Then we do this bit here. Why are you unhappy? Let's see. This needs to get bumped over one, right? Or no? There we go. I was still in the inner function. Let's see here. So we'll do actually current NFT and then we'll call our function here, generate unique NFT, and then unique NFTs.append current NFT. I mean, I could, I guess I don't need to do this bit. I can clear that out and just call the function in here. Right. I believe so. Okay. There we go. That looks nice and tidy. Okay, so we're appending a unique NFT, which every time we check and see if it's unique. If it's not, we recall this until we get a unique one, and that is what is returned and appended to our list of NFTs. Okay, it looks like attribute error. Function object has no attribute background. Interesting. Did I change something here? Background, okay. That is. Let's try again. Okay. Duplicate NFT found. Looks like it runs once and then. So what? What's going on here? Dev, generate unique NFTs. Got an NFT, name, background. Pick attribute for background, head, eyes, mouth. So we're getting images from this, so this is probably correct. Oh. This is our problem here. Okay, I put this return statement, or no. Return, oh, I've actually, okay. I didn't actually call the function. Gotta call the function. I think that'll fix it. Yeah, cool. So this one, it found a lot of duplicates, but when we scan it at the end, all of our NFTs are unique. Cool. All NFTs are unique. Very cool. And it seems like, yeah, it's a different number each time, so it really is like just encountering random ones, but so that's something to look out for if you're using this. So let's I don't want it to stop. I just want it to like print if all the NFTs are unique. Let's make it loud. There we go. All NFTs are unique. It's not saying that the list has duplicates, so we've got our check for uniqueness. Now that we've verified uniqueness, we'll say for NFT in unique NFTs, NFT.addAddition. And that'll auto number them. And then we'll return our list of NFTs, which we have renamed to unique NFTs. There we go. So now our generator has a recursive function, which, as I said, keep in mind that this recursive function can get stuck in an infinite loop. If you end up not having enough attributes. So if you have like 4 attributes in your NFT folder and you try to make 100 different unique configurations, you're gonna have a bad time. You're not gonna be able to do that. So make sure you load this up if you're trying to get like a 10K unique set or collection. Then you'll probably want a lot more attributes. I only put a couple in here just so I could get some images going. But yeah, so let's see. I red eyes, a rarity of 1 as well, I believe. And the yellow head was really rare. I don't see any of those yet. Any red eyes. Although I like this Karen for some reason. I like it. Do we have any red eyes? Let's see. Oh wait, is that? I gotta check the Karen because this looks a lot like the Karen. Oh no, okay. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna have any red eyes here. And no yellow heads. No red eyes and no yellow heads. So you might have to adjust the rarity. But I'm sure that y'all will be doing more than more than 35 NFTs. So these improvements made the project a little bit more reusable, with like less hardcoding in the configuration, which I'm gonna try to make it so pretty much all of your hardcoding needs to be done in the config file. But I don't know, maybe might have to do it in the generator as well. So unless I can write a function that would, yeah, I'll see if I can figure that out and make it so that you only have to make changes in the config file when you start a new project. So, but yeah, so now with these changes, what we've done is we have made it so that you can basically drop all your attributes in here. You'll have to do most of your changes in the config file and the generator. You don't have to code out like a list, like all of your paths in a list. And we made it so that our generator only generates unique images. It checks that it's made a unique image. If it doesn't, it retries. Then after it has a full list, it double checks to make sure that they're all unique. Once it verifies that they're all unique, then it will give them a number, which is this number here, 27. So the first one, where's number 1 here? I don't. There it is. Okay, Shinigami. This was the first edition. Yeah. So that's all we're at so far. What I still need to do, I need to generate the JSON data, the metadata that will go with the NFT. Once I have that, I think I will actually move on to trying to get the NFT project on, I don't know, OpenSea or something. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you're relaxed, at the very least. Maybe you didn't learn anything. But, yeah, man, I'm having a lot of fun with this project. If you've just been watching this and haven't really been like coding along, yeah, you should totally try this project. It's a lot of fun, and at the end, you'll get some art out of it. I think it'd be cool if I had, I don't know, I might want to, you could do like trading cards or something, and then you could open up like a front-end website. I don't know, like I said, I'm not trying to like get rich or anything, but you could totally set it up so that somebody puts in like a little bit of Ethereum, and then they get like 5 of these NFTs that have like, but they're cards, and the cards have like different attack values and defense values and shit like that. I'm sorry, stuff like that. And set up a game that people could play with the booster pack cards. But I don't know. I feel like if the game got big and there are only like 10,000 cards, that'd be kind of silly. You know, people would just be buying the cards to like resell them and make like a bunch of money instead of like actually playing the game, which would make it so that people who actually enjoy the game can't afford to play the game, or can't play well because there's just rich people running around with a bunch of cards. Talking myself out of this already.